Let's do it. Market Mondays. Welcome. Greetings and salutations. Shout out to everybody out there checking us out. Shout out to my boy Dame Dash. Spoke to him today.
Just so you know.
Good dude. Good dude right there, man. Super solid. Shout out to Dame.
Team here. Earners, what's up? Tube, what's up? I ain't even had us muted this time. We live. We here. It's Monday again. We back at it. Happy first day of summer.
Oh yeah, it's been summer in New York. It's hot. It's hot outside right now, man.
Earning season has arrived.
I love it.
It's all summer. It always has been. It always has been.
We about to reset the room.
Don't play around.
Reset the room. Wait on it. Wait on it. Shout out to everybody in Atlanta.
Woo.
Shout out to my boy him 500. He had a birthday party on Thursday. That was a vibe. So shout out to everybody that was at that, and happy belated birthday to him. And then shout out to the circle of CEOs. Shout out to my man Mr. 2 Weeks Out.
Yep.
Nehemiah Davis, Justin Owens, Alex Good Energy, and of course him 500 again. We pulled up to their event that they had over the weekend. It was a dope event, and of course we was part of it. If you saw our story, shout out to Shaq.
Touch the stage. The Diesel. I can't wait for y'all to see that.
Yeah. Shout out to Shaq, man. We exchanged some jokes. That's my guy, man. Shout out to Shaq.
That's like the third time y'all link with him, right?
Second
Second time.
So we had chemistry. So Shaq's a good dude, man. Ian, what's going on?
I'm good, man. How you feeling, Troy? You've been in that gym.
Nah.
Yeah, I see y'all. Y'all looking good, man. Yeah, I heard y'all killed it in the A, so I can't wait to see it. And kudos to the Juneteenth thing y'all did with Angela, too.
Yeah. Shout out to Angela. Shout out to the Revolt team, and shout out to every single earner that was in that building in Atlanta. You want to talk about just love? I mean, the overpouring amount of love in Atlanta at that event was amazing. So shout out to our earners. A lot of them came up to us and said, look, I wouldn't even know some of the people here if it wasn't for y'all. Mm-hmm. And everybody gave a story about how some piece of information has changed their life, whether it was for Market Mondays or Earn Your Leisure. So shout out to all the earners executing. And if you saw my story today, shout out to my former student, Dwayne. He ran up on me.
That's incredible.
That was a moment, man. That was a moment. I haven't seen him in years. He was a young man full of energy, and I was a new teacher. And we had a good balance after a few weeks in the classroom. But that was incredible to see him doing well, and the fact that he's executing on information and he got to see me in a different light was super powerful for me, man. Because I always think about my first kids. You never forget your first class. And when I mean my first class, I mean like literally my first period that I ever had. He was sitting in the class with like 24 young men at an all boys class. And so to hear that he bought a truck, to see him connect with Alex because he heard him, it was a dope moment. So shout out to him and shout out to everybody in the Bronx, all my former students. I love you. I'm always thinking of y'all.
And shout out to y'all truck. It's been on the world tour.
Yeah.
It don't say.
Man.
Yeah, shout out to Demetrius, our driver. And yeah, shout out to the driver. Shout out to the driver, man. Somebody that we don't really acknowledge.
Switch his name up on us.
Yeah, so I wanted to just give him a shout out because he's a very hardworking young man, and it's not easy to drive a truck.
No,
not easy to be on the road, away from your family for months at a time, 11 hours, overnight shifts. It's not easy. So shout out to all of the truck drivers out there. You guys are essential workers, very important people. And yeah, it's dope. It's dope to see the reaction when the EYL truck is spotted on the road.
That's a fact. And he loves being part of the team. So we love him right back. So shout out to Demetrius. Love his love.
Demetrius, soak up all the gems and ask all the questions. I would act like something went wrong and be like, man, but what you think about this marketing? Shout out, get that social media plan right now.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, how was your Father's Day, man?
Yeah, happy belated Father's Day.
Yeah, it was amazing. Played Fortnite, Spider-Man. Xander's a ton of energy. So yeah, we had a good amount of family time. It was incredible.
That's
how was yours?
We was away.
We was away, man. I got home, my kids asleep, but they left me a card. Shout out to my daughter. I came downstairs today, and I found this card here. So she made me a card and left it. She was like, I left it where Daddy works at. So she left it right here for me. So Jordan, I love you. Her birthday coming up on Sunday, so shout out to her.
Can you talk about the sacrifices of having to? Because normally the kids go with, but the sacrifices that entrepreneurs that are watching who like, yo, I want to be where you are, but the trade-offs that you have to make in order to make all, because people think we just have fun and do no work.
Yeah.
And like 5% of it is like, or 10% is like fun. Can you guys speak to that of like how hard it is to leave the family behind?
That's tough. It's tough, man. I mean, yesterday was the first Father's Day for me that I wasn't with my kids. And so that was a moment. So I got to speak to them and to have them try to understand what's happening. I think that's the best thing. I'm always communicating with them so they fully understand. But it's tough. It's a tough deal. And it's part of it. I'm realizing very early that it's part of it. So with greatness comes sacrifice. And so in order to enjoy some of the liberties that I have to make some sacrifices. And so shout out to my wife, Danielle, for understanding that and holding the fort down when I'm not here. And shout out to my parents too. I never shout them out. They're essential too. I got it pretty good over here. So shout out to my parents for always being available when both of us are out of town to take care of our kids.
Yeah, you look, he got the blueprint.
I got it pretty sweet.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Shaq once again. He gave my son wanted to come, but he couldn't come. He had to go to my nephew's graduation. Shout out to Issa for graduating.
That's crazy.
High school.
That's crazy.
But Shaq was kind enough to give him a shout out.
That's gonna be
that's gonna make his day, man. So
definitely.
But yeah, it's part of it, bro. It's part of it, man. We entrepreneurs, so we don't have a regular scheduled job. So, you gotta make sacrifices in life, and the show must go on.
Yeah, my man Ken called me. Shout out to Ken. He was like, "Look, man, every day is Father's Day for y'all." I'm like, "You're right, man. Yeah. Every day we should treat it like that." You know what I'm saying? Like we don't.
Ken from Detroit.
Yeah.
Ken got the best energy. Like the Detroit Joy book. Everyone like, King, we're gonna dominate real estate stocks. But I'm like, bro, I do not know how you be so positive every day, but I'm learning.
It's a fact. He said, look,
amazing.
Every day we have an opportunity to be great. So let's take advantage of it because we're not promised tomorrow. And so we're gonna treat every day like Father's Day. We're gonna treat every day like Mother's Day. We're gonna love and really put care and nurturing around everybody in our family and our loved ones because we never promised another moment. So treat every day like Father's Day and Mother's Day.
That is a fact.
Big fact.
So let's get into this.
Yeah.
You want to acknowledge our
good friends from the D.
Yeah.
Pause. So shout out to Ally. This episode of Market Mondays is brought to you by Ally Financial. They are relentlessly focused on doing it right. So they're doing something really special, y'all. We've been telling y'all this about 2 weeks now. The week is here. So they're giving everyone a great opportunity to learn how to become a better investor. We share in that belief that everyone can and should invest in their future. So Ally is launching their free digital conference on YouTube Live this Wednesday, June 23rd. Okay, this Wednesday. Don't miss it. Whether you've been investing for years or you just opened your first brokerage account, becoming a better investor has something for you. During the conference, speakers will take a look at how to prioritize your finances, the rise of retail trading, different ways to analyze stocks, and how the cryptocurrency has changed the investing landscape forever. Don't miss out on a chance to become a better investor for free. I'll reserve your spot at ally.com/digital conference. That's this Wednesday, June 23rd, ally.com/digital conference. Meet us there.
Shout out to Ally.
That's amazing.
Let's get into do the disclaimer.
Oh, let me make I'm gonna give you the host.
In the meantime, this week is a big week for Earn Your Leisure. We complete the cipher for our Circle of CEOs. My brother Nehemiah Davis. You know Neo?
I know of him. He's been cooking. Shout out.
Yeah, Neo's he's special, man.
Special.
And he's a guy that's given us we've learned a lot from him. He set up ClickFunnels for us. He gave us all his resources to write an ebook. He's a very smart guy, but he's very helpful. He's very helpful.
Yeah.
And he's like one of these people like, how can I help? Never asked to be on the podcast. Just how can I help? Just pour it in.
Which is a secret. Can you dive into that real quick?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We get asked all the time, when can I be on your podcast? How can I be on your podcast? And, it's like the people that we have some of the strongest relationships, him and Matt come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them ever asked to get on the podcast. And both of them just provided a lot of value. They just got guests for us. What do you need? How can I help? Venue, anything.
And they won't take the help. Like Matt never takes the help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a gem right there. That's a major key to try to provide value without any expectations or anything. And the universe will reward you. And both of those gentlemen are real life examples of that. So check out the episode tomorrow at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. It's about starting an event-based business. This is something that is extremely timely because America is reopened. New York just reopened. Pretty much every state in America is reopened. Event spaces are going to be booming. You do not have to own the building to have an event space business. And most of us have and most of us go to events without even realizing, like baby showers, weddings, graduation parties. Church is a big thing because we go to church. When you go to church, most of the people go to like a real brick and mortar church, but there's a lot of churches that don't have their own building,
especially ones that are just starting.
Yeah, so they rent out event spaces. So yeah, it's something to think about if you want to become an entrepreneur, start a side hustle.
And it's businesses inside of the business.
Yeah, chairs, balloons, all of that stuff.
The decorative letters, like all these things that we're not thinking of that have a business attached to it. He breaks it down. Shout out to Neo.
Yeah, shout out to Neo.
It's his wife's birthday today. Shout out to her.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
So that is that. And then EYL University, Wednesday.
Yeah.
We have me. I will be teaching my financial.
Put some more excitement on that.
It's like, oh, it's me.
Like it was a letdown. No,
it's only him.
I'm teaching my financial planning class this Wednesday. Usually I do it on Saturday, but I'm going to Disney World. Well, I'm gonna be here. Troy's going to Jamaica.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my financial planning class Wednesday, 2 hours straight Q&A. That's it. Q&A for 2 hours. Those classes are a lot of fun. So if you're in EYL University, make sure you log in for that 8:00 on Wednesday. And y'all better get on EYL University before this price goes up because we got a big announcement. We got a big announcement.
Don't tease me.
No, I'm not. But EYL University, if you're not a part of it, you're gonna regret.
Hey, remember when I said don't play yourself, reward yourself? Reward yourself.
Yeah.
When we say the biggest,
you guys doing what, 1,000 for the year?
Right now it's 800.
Y'all should have been took that up. Y'all know if it was me, that should have been 19,000.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
A couple of people have used that word embarrassing when we talk about our price.
The price point is embarrassing.
But
it is what it is. Join now. That's all I gotta say. But Ian, I'll throw it to you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go. I appreciate you guys so much. For all of you that are with the Joint Stock Club last year, you'll be getting a renewed link tonight. So thank you guys for being dedicated and being early on, even when a couple of people thought it may not have worked. But tonight episode will be amazing. I will finally show you guys how to use Fibonacci retracements at the end. So stay tuned to the very end. Let me know if you can see my screen.
We can see your screen, Ian. I'm gonna do the disclaimer right now while you get that screen up and loaded. So do your own research, folks. Our content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with, or independently research and verify any information that you find on our show and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. This is a message brought to you by the good folks at Earn Your Leisure and the good brother Ian Dunlap, the master investor.
I don't know what they got planned, but y'all better sign it. The way Rashad's smiling, it's gonna be like Diddy teach you how to get into the music business.
Hey, you don't know who we know.
Hey, man. Hey. Anyway, all right, let's go. Love y'all. I'm not playing any games with you guys this week either. Let's get right to it. Here are the other hidden secrets that you need to know to be able to dominate the market. If you didn't check out last week's episode, please go do so. If this is your first time here, if you guys enjoyed last week's episode, put amazing in chat. Love you guys so much. Disclaimer, do not copy, remix, or reproduce my material without written permission, or legal action would have to be taken. The Ian Dunlap Master Investor Formula is very simple. 2 indexes, 2 tech. Great, use it, but it is my creation, and so are the material information presented here tonight. Subscribe to YouTube, my YouTube, and join redpanda.com for exclusive content and for any deals. Go to those two places so you can be notified when they are coming out, and Trading After Dark will be starting soon. If you want to join the stock club and you want the greatest entries and picks on the planet, go to joinredpanda.com. You'll get the 4 best picks for your retirement, the best places to get into the market called out by me, additional entries from the algorithm Athena, the best growth stocks to invest in, the 2 best places where to get into the market, 28 bonus picks on the year, and a daily 10-minute call, which normally goes on much longer after the 10-minute period. If you have made money in a stock club, put yes in chat. Stock club call will be tonight after tonight's amazing show, 9 p.m. Central for stock club members only on Zoom. I love you guys so much. We're going to have a blast. And for those of you that joined last year and hit home runs and got incredible gains, you will be able to join and renew, because you're grandfathered in for the same price as you were last year. So look out for that link tonight. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for executing. And thank you for being a part of the Red Panda family. And next week, June 28th, we'll have a stock club flash sale. Please take advantage of it. I don't want you to miss out. Please knock this out. For those of you who know me, prices usually go up, so take advantage of it while it's here. I love you guys so much. Be tuned in next week, 7 p.m. That's when the deal will start. All right, here are the top 10 financial mistakes that prevent people from getting rich. Get your notepad ready. Get ready to screenshot. Let's go. But first thing first, I want to give a big congrats to my guy, John. I appreciate you so much. But look what he said. 8 months of preparation for 12 minutes worth of work. Congrats on your live win trading the futures market. $1,845. Trading during a prime day, Monday. I appreciate you. But mastery is key, but mastery does not come easily. Everyone put congrats in chat to him. You have worked your ass off. I'm so proud of you. My advice to you is only focus on Monday, Friday, and then if you are able to get your next 2 wins, you'll be good. Also, don't let the win go to your head, because what I've seen plenty of times, the people that start off fast usually don't end the race well. I want you to take time tonight to write out how many trades you need for the year. Do not deviate from that plan. Be fearless in your trades, but be cautious as well. Monday and Friday, fire away, high volume days. I'm so proud of you, man. You deserve this. Very proud of you. And accountability. If you hadn't made money being around me, that's your fault. I've given the entries, given the prices, when to exit, which ones to stay away from, which ones to short. The only thing that is going to allow you to get to where you want to be is if you execute. Don't just listen to this. This is not church. Shout out to all my church folk. But what I want you to do is, when you get this information, go execute upon it. Buy 2 tech, 2 indexes. If you don't know what to buy, VTI, VOO, Apple, Microsoft. Fantastic Four. That's all you need. That's all you need. But if you haven't made the money that you wanted, you have to ask yourself and look in the mirror and say, have I executed at the highest level that I need to in order to be free? Here's mistake number 1. Not having a lifetime income goal. Everybody put in chat right now, what is the income goal that you want to hit for your life? You have to know that. And from there, you have to reverse engineer what strategies, what investment vehicles, and what career path you would take in order to get to where you want to be. Now, whatever that goal is, multiply it by 7. Because you're going to have to help somebody. Family, friends, significant other, husband, wife, child, grandchildren. You're going to need more money than what you think. Multiply it by 7. Number 2, not having a lifetime net worth goal for your family. So in terms of succession planning and forward thinking and being progressive, what is the net worth goal that you want to establish and then have for your entire family? Write that in chat. That also, like I said, will help you understand what career paths, what investment vehicles, what investment cycles you will be a part of as a family. So if you want to have a $2.2 billion net worth, there are certain industries that you are not then allowed to be able to participate in or go into as a result. Number 3, not investing every single month. I don't know how much I can stress this, but the number one reason that people don't have enough money for retirement or to be able to walk away from jobs or business partnerships that they hate, because not enough emphasis is placed upon people who get into bad business cycles or bad business partnerships. Invest in every single month. Before you pay any bill, any debt, the debtors don't care about you. The debtors are there to collect their money in which they gave you in advance. Before you pay any bill or debt, invest in assets or money makers that will pay you. Invest in things that is going to make you money and give you money, which will buy back your time. Number 4, spending all that you earn or more that you earn. You should not spend more than 30% of the money that you have coming in. If you want to be aggressive, as we talked about last week, you should invest 90% of the money that comes in and live off 10. If you can't do that, invest 50. And if you live off the other 50%, great. Number 5, carrying credit card debt. And I know a lot of people are going to tell you, yo, it's okay to have debt. Listen, if you have any credit card debt, please tell me right now, would you rather have the debt or have it paid off? If I offered to pay it off tonight, would you take the money to pay it off, or would you continue to hold it? Being free of that credit card debt is an amazing feeling. You don't want to owe any person or any entity on earth. Number 6, not creating a business with endless automation that will allow the business to scale. The business has to be able to work whether you are working in it or not. And you have seen us live this principle out. So you have to have things that scale, make money, generate revenue, and give you a high enough profit margin that will allow you to leverage your time and bring money in without you being there. Number 7, accumulating personal debt or any debt above 4%. I know some of you be like, okay, great. You don't have credit card debt. Is there a threshold for which you would? If it's underneath 4%, I'll consider it. Because I know if worst case scenario, just by investing alone into indexes, so my strategy, 2 tech, 2 index, or half tech, half indexes, in a bad year, I'll be able to beat that no matter what. Personally in the business, I know I'll be able to get higher than a 4% return without breathing or doing anything. Great. Anything above that threshold, that leveraged asset is too much for me to put any money into. Number 8, using your home as a personal ATM. Even though people will tell you that you should do it, a home equity line of credit is still credit. It's not cash. It's not cash. There's lots of things that you can do with that money, but it is still debt. So for example, if you take out $100,000 of equity and you get a loan on that, and you still have to pay that loan back, and then for some reason the value of your home drops and you're in an upside down mortgage, you're not going to like the feeling. Please be careful of people who are telling you to leverage your home as an asset if they're not willing to give you the money if things go wrong. Number 9, accumulating never-ending debt. So this is high interest loans, 20, 25%. Going into the loan shark territory of 50%. And then also if you're constantly taking on business business debt every year, every month, higher than 4 to 5%, usually it's going to end up being a tragedy. And number 10, not taking time to master the market. You have to realize that your entire livelihood, no matter what you do, is tied to this market, whether you choose to be a participant as an investor or not. You already are participating as a consumer or a user. So we're using Zoom. A lot of you go to Walmart, Target, buy from Nike, buy from Tiffany, buy from Unilever. But if you're not participating as an investor, the biggest mistake that you'll make, because I always say, what if you get incapacitated, or you get laid off, or the business deal doesn't work, or you get screwed out of your business deal? And here's the thing that even about contracts is a lot of you have been saying, well, contracts will prevent things from going wrong. A contract is only as good as the person who signs it. So if a person signs a deal, but they historically have done bad business, the contract won't save you in the interim until you go to court, and then the verdict goes in your favor, and then maybe they'll pay. Usually people don't end up paying $1 for $1. They end up paying pennies on $1. So realize, by not investing into the market, you have to realize that investing is your primary business. I don't give a damn what you do. Whether you're personal fitness, investing, real estate, you're in trucking, shout out to the guys that got trucks on the road, construction, real estate development. Your primary business is investing no matter what you do. These are some of the top 5 lessons I learned this week, and shout out to my guy Brandon. He said he started a brokerage account for his son. He's 3. He puts in $2K every month, and the plan is to keep doing that until he dies. And then his child will get it. I'll teach him to do the same for his kids. That's his generational wealth plan. And this is a plan that works incredibly well. For those of you that can't do $2,000, maybe do 500. For those of you that have more money that's been burning down every mall in Atlanta, you should probably put $5,000. I've told some of you personally, my plan is to put $7,000 in a month for Xander. So by the time he is 30 years old, his children's children are okay, right? So $2K in every month. If you're an entrepreneur and you are doing mid 6 figures, you can pull this off with no issue at all. And imagine how amazing it would have been if our grandparents would have had access and known to do this. How much of an impact it would have made for you. How do you know what to invest in? I brought this up maybe 2 weeks ago. But let me ask you a question. If there are only 3 stocks that you can pick and all 3 of them had to give a positive return every month for 5 years, or you and your child will lose their life, what stocks are you picking to invest in? I guarantee you're not putting your money into Dogecoin. No slight to that, but I told you that will fall too. Even though everyone online was like, yo, you're wrong, you don't know. You just hate me, you don't want nobody make no money but you. No, that's not it. There's a difference between a good trade and a good investment. A good investment won't worry you at night. So right now, if your life was on the line, what 3 stocks would you pick if you and your family's life were on the line? Those are the ones you should look to invest in. Very simple. Lesson number 3, follow the blueprint. Not what the crowd is doing, not what the crowd is telling you what to do, because the crowd usually never knows. I was reading a book about John Templeton. And it's interesting, when he worked in the Bahamas, his results were much higher than when his offices were at 30 Rockefeller Plaza. I know you guys think I like to be in isolation because I'm a recluse. That's not true. But my best ideas have come to me in isolation, because every interaction and every conversation can be construed as noise. The less noise you have when you're in a meditative state, and for those of you that believe in a higher power, the grand creator, the master of the universe, will then give you some of the answers that you need, but you can only get those answers in isolation. Please put in chat, isolation plus time is the ultimate indicator. Even if you don't believe in what I believe in, right? And you don't like my investment thesis, your best ideas came in isolation, doing research on your own. Yes or no? Number 4. Excitement and expenses are your enemies in investing, from Warren Buffett. Anytime anyone's getting too hype, oh my God, to the upside or downside. Oh my God, this thing is going to go to the moon, and oh my God, this thing is going to go to 0. Both are usually wrong. And the more you can limit your expenses, especially on fees, transactional fees, the better for you and your business. And number 5, some of you have been asking, how many shares should I invest? The gentleman, and I'll be introducing him soon, that I had the conversation with last Saturday, that made $230,000 on AMC, and we were talking about the number of shares, and I spouted them off the top of my head, and he was like, man, you guys have to hear the level of mastery to know inside of your plan what to invest, so I want to give those to you. You should either buy 128 shares, and you can see I'm doing simple compounding. 256 shares, 512, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096, 8,192, 16,384, 32,768, 65,536 shares. This goes for investing, long-term, crypto, etc. You should be able to invest in anything and know how many shares you are going to buy in advance. So if you have a small budget, you can look at the 128 side, right? And if you have a bigger budget and more capital, 32,000. And all my business owners, I'm going to stress to you, the market is going to pay you more than any employee or vendor that you have. Write in chat what is going to be the primary number of shares that you're going to invest into the market every single month, so that you have security. So when Michael Burry talks about the upcoming mother of all crashes, is he talking about crypto? or the actual market, or what should we do? And he's signaling that the market has gotten so hot, and this happened once again in 99 and 2001, 2007, 2008, 2013. You're starting to see it now. And I told you guys before, a lot of the people that work at institutional research facilities and hedge funds are then going into their personal accounts running some of these up, right? The crash that he's talking about is that the market is overinflated. And if you look at his track record, Burry is very accurate and has traded well to both sides, even though he's known for the big short. I won't talk about the big long because I don't want to upset Rashad this week. Jesus Christ. But
respectfully,
he's referring to crypto market, and in addition to some of the meme stocks. There will be a crash at some point. Get prepared. If you are a long-term investor, you should know the spots in which you want to hold. Be prepared to buy there and hold for a 5 or 10 year period. And especially for investing in crypto, you have to look at 5-year returns or 3-year returns minimum, not 6 months or 3-month returns. How do we profit from stocks that we like Apple and Microsoft without selling them? The answer is very simple. Just hold on to them forever. If you take off 10% of the capital that you have there, great, but you should be holding them for a long period of time. What happens when two EMAs cross? So if the 50 crosses through the 200, so if the 50 EMA crosses through the 200, and I'll do a tutorial on this next week, and Art taught me this strategy back in 2010. This is called a golden cross. So it's an indication that the market is moving up. Only look at this on the lowest time frame will be a weekly time frame. It's a classic strategy. If the 50 EMA is crossing down through the 200, it is a signal that the market is then going down. Great question. How to use Fibonacci retracements? We're going to cover this tonight for you finally. What's the easiest way to chart support and resistance? Everyone put this in chat. You need one method to be able to chart support and resistance. The biggest issue that I see is that everyone is looking at too short of a time frame. That's the last time I'm gonna say it. All of your support and resistance marks should be marked off on the monthly time frame. Because if you go mark off where support and resistance actually is on a monthly, you won't have to worry about it bleeding through your levels on a day chart or a 1 hour chart, because most of you are plotting out support and resistance on a 15-minute and getting destroyed. But if you looked at the higher time frame, you would see where the real support levels and the real buy areas are. How do you read the candle on fluctuations? The best piece of advice I can give to you, if the candle is green, you want to look to go up. Now, if you have a bunch of indecision, so let's say if you're using, and this usually happens when you're using a lower time frame. So I'm saying that you need to use, ideally, if you're intraday trading, a 1 hour chart. But if your candle is going green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red in the first 10, 15 minutes of the market open, it's too choppy. You want a consistent moving candle. So even if you miss your first entry, you'll be able to catch your secondary entry. So anytime that you have a bunch of fluctuation, it's usually because people are battling the market in the market at the moment, or there's a whole bunch of indecision. You want to stay away from indecisive days or weeks and wait for a clear candle that resonates. Do I think Bitcoin hits 100,000 this year? No. Do I think Bitcoin will hit 100,000? Yes. Homework assignment. Please go look at the correlations between the gain of crypto versus economic crisis that happens in the United States and in the UK. There's a correlation there that will tell you when we could potentially hit that mark. Worst case scenario, I think it should take until 2027 to hit the 100K mark, and I think that's when we will have our next recession. I'm an adult orphan. I have no generational heirs. Long-term strategy is of little consequence. What advice do you have? I still think that you need to find a person or an entity to give your money to after you pass. But if you have a personal goal just to make a lot of money, it's the advice that I give to everybody in Red Panda. Take 300 practice trades, and I would be a little bit more aggressive in my long-term investing. I would do 60% of your money into the market long term. And then if you're going to trade, take 24 trades max and go a little bit heavy with size once you know what your risk to reward ratio is and how much you're going to make per trade. How do you prepare for corrections in the market? So whenever the market is moving towards highs, I begin to look, if the market cuts in half, where will I buy? So I immediately take the high, all-time high of that stock or asset, and I divide it in half. That's my first marker. Second marker, it's a custom price level that Dream Team would kill me if I gave, but it's like a rock bottom price. So it's a super support level. So if it gets there, no matter what, I'm going to buy at that price, and I'll show you guys how to do that a little bit on Fibs tonight. But immediately write this down. Whenever the market is at an all-time high, I immediately divide it in half to know if everything falls apart, this is where I am going to buy. What's your morning routine when you sit down and analyze the futures market? What questions do you ask yourself? Great. What's the direction of the 5-year? Month? What's the question? What's the direction of the week? What's the direction of the daily? All of those need to match and go in the same direction. So the month should be up, the week should be up, the day should be up. When I then go to my day trading time frame, like the 1 hour, I have to wait for it then to break up in order to invest. So when I'm looking at fractals or the game inside of the game in terms of price movement, they all have to match. If they all four don't match, I don't do anything. I'll wait. And then the final question I ask myself, do I want to be right or do I want to be rich? I want to be rich, so I'm going to wait. I'm fine at this point at just taking 2 or 3 trades a week and being dominant in those 2 or 3 trades and winning, opposed to taking 15, 16 trades and being okay. So does the 5-year, month, does the week, the daily, and an hour match? If so, I fire. If they don't, I don't do anything. That's the secret. What are your thoughts on this hex chart? A great question I got sent on Twitter. My only question is, why the hell didn't you send it to me before it took off like this? I don't know how many percentage points this is up. 17,000, no, 170,000%. Why didn't you send it to me in January? So I could have told us where to get in. Damn. Most things that go up like this usually have a hard crash. It will come. I haven't had FOMO in a while, but when I got this chart, I have to admit, I was like, damn, no one told me about this until it was too late. So no thoughts on it. I don't know the underlying asset. Would have been a hell of a trade, but it is a good reminder that you should take maybe 1% of your trades in another account that is not your primary retirement or primary trading account, to trade something volatile like this once you have your risk reward strategy mapped out. Aaron Wade says, I think people should take a lot less active time and position with the portfolio and learn to concentrate their investments. Behavioral finance is key. I agree 1,000%. And the tough part is, once you only focus on 4 to 6, you realize there isn't anything to do but to add to them, to put more money into them and get more shares. The real secret is the people that are able to do less, that are able to master 4 to 5 assets, 6 maximum in a portfolio. They're going to do the best if they keep pouring money into them. 2 tech, 2 index is my master investor formula. And then the top gaming stocks, you can write these down. ATVI, Take-Two Interactive, EA, NTDOY is a Nintendo, and Zynga. But I want to show you this really cool heat map hack that I found on wallmine.com, which I told you guys about last. So you come to wallmine.com. Great. And then let's click here on portfolio. Excuse me, heat map. Sorry about that. Click on heat map. And then it shows you a heat map, what is normally up and down. Instead of performance today, I want you to come down and I want you to look at the performance of the last 5 years, then hit draw. This will then pull up all the companies that have performed best over the last 5 years. And then you see Microsoft, Google, Nvidia's up 1,400%, Apple's up 400%. Amazon's up 380%. Great. And then each of these green boxes that you see, all of them that are up more than 250%, I will put into a watch list. You can see PayPal is up 682%. Let's see if there's any sleepers in here. Intuitive Surgical, this was in Elite last year, is up 315%. Eli Lilly is up 206%. So this is a quick way to screen and know which companies are doing well. If you look at Wells Fargo, they're negative over the last 5 years. HSBC Holdings, negative 8.29%. Great. Well, not great. Anheuser-Busch, down. If we look at Keurig Dr. Pepper, they are down. So if you want to see what a quality company looks like over a 5-year horizon, this heat map will allow you to do so. And then also in this box right here, if you want to look at a company, let's say AMD, you can find it here. And AMD is up 1,400% over the last 5 years. The companies that have typically been up 300 to 500% are going to continuously go in that area and continue to go up. Let's go look at Tesla. Tesla up 6,970%. So when I was recommending it 3 years ago, it's another one where you kind of just have to put the money in it at great prices on deep dips. If it dips 50 to 58%, and look to hold for the long term, and in a year or two, you'll be elated that you waited for that move. And speaking of gaming, if I've ever helped you in any way, given any value, any gems, I need you to do me a favor on YouTube. Go follow my brother's gaming channel, Big Ass Kid. He's stepped out and began his entrepreneurial journey into gaming. So what I want you guys to do is go follow his page. And in 2 months, I'm going to hop on there with him, play some games. And then for those of you that have subscribed, I'm going to do something special for you. I'm going to give away 5 stocks that I absolutely love that I've never talked about anywhere else. Not on Stock Club, not on Market Mondays, anywhere. So do me a favor, go follow his channel, and then Xander's channel will be coming this summer as well. Love you all so much. These are the 3 lessons that I learned from the greatest trader of all time. Number 1, you do not need a high win rate to make big returns. You need big risk to reward ratios. So their firm was only right 50.75% of the time. This is why I always tell you, risk to reward and capital selection on a trade is key. And you only need 12 trades per year to hit your benchmark. If you're risking 1 to make 11, 1 to make 50, 1 to make 100, you don't have to win 99% of your trades. Your winning trades should erase 5 or 6 bad trades that happened if you're only risking 1.2%, 1.3% of your capital. 2, marry your system, otherwise you're choosing suicide. After you create a great trading system with an edge, you have to trade it consistently with discipline and don't do anything else. No trading system will work if it is not followed. And you have to let your trades breathe, and you have to stick with that system long enough in order for it to work out and be profitable. And every trader has done it, including me. Sometimes we'll have something that works and we'll walk away from it out of ego. But the place I am in now, unless God himself comes to me and tells me that I need to change my system, I don't make any changes to it. Will I find ways to possibly improve it? Yes. But I've seen too many people that are good at this craft. And then I'm like, hey, you had a strategy that worked, like VWAP or Golden Cross, Black Cross, or let's say you have resistance channels and support channels, and all of a sudden, because of FOMO, noise, you begin to change your strategy. And then all of a sudden, you then have to relearn every part of that system. So for me, with my system, please write this down. Your trading system should be able to work long-term and short-term on every asset class. So then if you go change, like imagine if I took my crystal ball and said, to hell with this, it's not good enough. And then I go come up with something else. Now I have a a pyramid that I use instead of a crystal ball. I then have to go learn how that pyramid works on every asset class. You're destroying time. And often the reason why people do it is out of boredom, not because of profitability. Marry your system. Otherwise you are choosing suicide. Shout out to P who came up with the term marrying system too. And then number 3, backtest your strategy with 20 years of data. When you have a system that works, you need to go look at every asset class that you can chart and look at it consistently to see if in every market cycle will it work. Answer this for me real quick. The way that you trade right now, will it work in 2026? And if you have enough backtest data, you should know if that will happen, because you should know over a 5-year cycle when your trade performance will break down. Please write this down. Super Jim. You should know year by year, odd years, how well you're going to do, and even number years, how well you're going to do based on testing 6 years worth of data. And also, if you go back to 1999, 1983, 1987, 2001, how well will your strategy work? If you're trading futures, there are some futures that you have long enough that will give you all of that data. If not, if you're investing in Apple or Microsoft, you should be able to look at the data from Apple or Microsoft and pull up enough data from back in the day to see if your system will work. Don't change your system. Your risk to reward means everything. Marry your strategy and do not deviate from it, and backtest your strategy with 20 years worth of data. Once again, congratulations to my guy John on his first live win today in the futures market. That is not easy. Futures investing lesson of the week. You have to learn to love the speed of the downtrend, especially on NASDAQ, because when the market falls, you're going to have an ability to knock out maybe 3 or 4 days worth of gains inside of one trade. Do not fear the speed. If you need practice, practice NASDAQ on a down day. Practice crude report days, which are Wednesdays. Practice the natural gas report. And then once you catch that speed, for those of you that were able to catch Dow today to the upside, if you caught Dow today, put sniper in chat. It will allow you to see the downtrend, to be able to profit shorting when the market falls. And then when the market goes back up, you're able to catch that move back to the upside. What I wish I knew from the very beginning is what I talked about earlier. The more you deviate from your system, your plan, your strategy, the quicker you're going to get to financial ruin. Most traders, even professional ones, only last 5 to 7 years. And it's often because of tinkering with the system, not because the system broke down, but changing and doing other things. I've told you guys before, you don't see Troy and Rashad, instead of the assets and liability shirt, come out with a new shirt every week. There's a system and routine to that. There's a system and routine to how I even put the presentations together and come up with prices. Please put this in chat. Life-changing amounts of money have been built on long-lasting systems. You can argue the iPhone is gradually the same thing. Or let's take my gaming fans. Meta has been creating the same damn game over and over again since 2010 with incremental changes. Guess what that's called? A profitable fucking business. You get too much innovation or too many attempts to change things, things break down. That's how Live gave up some of their market share to 2K. 2K is having some of the same, but also too, you have to realize too, where you can improve to make things better, but systems will lead to life-changing amounts of income and wealth. And let's do chart time real quick. All right, so let's go through 20 stocks real quick, and then, or 10 stocks, and then I'll do 10 futures. So let's take Apple real quick. These are just basic Fibonacci retracements. I'm doing this through Thinkorswim. So the first thing you want to do is start at the all-time high on a 5-year month, right? And Kayla, don't worry, I won't give her levels. And then go to the very bottom. So the low is 23.59. The top is 145.09. These are the only places I want to buy. 23.6 and 50%. So if it falls in half, I'm going to load here. No, this is not the crystal ball in itself, but this is the third way that I'll use. So this level here is the first place I want to get in. And look, the price is drawn out. 52.27, 84.34. Real estate investors, this seems a lot like when you're buying distressed assets or distressed properties, right? So if the house is 145,000, if it comes down to 84,340 or 52,000, as my dad said, you can always build the equity back into it, right? You can replace drywall, studs, cabinets, etc., right? So let's look at another one. Let's look at Cisco, talked about. And let's go to the 5-year. All-time high, 58, 56, high to low. Here, the two places I would want to buy is here, 35, 34. Guess what? During the recession last year, it came to that damn price, and a 50% price, 43.29. Won't you know? Coca-Cola. So let's go all-time high, and let's say this happened pre-recession. So this will tell you the areas in which you will want to buy, but let's adjust it for now. The only two prices I would want to buy Coca-Cola, $41.92, $48.17. Anything other than that is too high. I know some of you are going to ask about the golden ratio, 61.8. That is not a place in which you should buy. Now, if you're going to hold it for 10 years, great. I know most people don't have the actual courage or chutzpah to actually hold for that long. Therefore, don't do it. But 61.8 you should use as a target. Let's look at GE. GE, the high is $33. The low is $5.48. Don't like GE. Nevertheless, this would be the price, $12.15. What you want to buy. It's currently at $13.19. Don't like it. I think GE is trash. That will not change. Great company, but horrible stock. Johnson & Johnson, the high is $173.65. If I go from top to bottom, I can then see the two areas I want to buy Johnson & Johnson, 124.46 and 141, right? Let's look at one of my favorites, McDonald's. All-time high. Kudos to the stock club members that got into it last year. The bottom is 110.33. So the two areas I want to buy McDonald's, 140.57, 174.41. Now, for those of you who talk about highs or resistance, so this is the high up here, this red area. McDonald's is at 232.90. Is it too high to buy at this price or no? When it's squeezing towards these tops like this, that's not where you want to make your first entry. We want to buy assets that go up at a discount. You're paying super premium retail right now. I don't want you to do that. And let's do the same thing. Let's look at Dow. So if we look at Dow, the all-time high was 35,000. This is the Dow future. You can't hold Dow futures for long term, but for same practice, right? So when the market was falling apart last year, and I had these levels plotted, when it got to the 21.16 area and 26.251, this is when I would load the boat on long-term assets. So when I see the Dow is sliding down and it breaks and drops 50% below, and it cuts in half, those are the areas in which I will look to then begin to buy. Let's look at gold and do the same thing. The high of gold was in 2020. To go top to bottom. So if I was looking long term, I would want to buy gold if it got to this price or this price. Here's a super tip for everyone here. If you cannot look at a chart and understand where to buy in 10 seconds, you do not have a simple enough system to be able to dominate in the marketplace. That's the other hidden secret. You have to be able to pull up anything on earth and instantly be able to know where to get in. So if we look at ADX, Adams Diversified Equity Fund, I don't think that they're going to be incredibly dominant. Kudos to everyone who works there. But I know for sure, if I'm doing a quick glance based on this 5-year high, I don't want to touch the 1245 or 1493. And I would argue 1493 is too high because if the stock is below 50, I would lean on this 23.6 and buy it at 1245. And this applies to every single stock investment class or crypto that there is. Execute. I've taught you everything that you need to know and some. Let's look at GBTC real quick. Great. The high was 58.22. Homework for tonight. I need you to go Google what is the reason why Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is falling apart. Okay, great. Hit the highs. That's why I say don't chase highs. Don't listen to the noise. Everyone's always going to go to the moon anyway. Ian doesn't know. Great. Dropped half of its value. Guess what? Everyone who's in Grayscale who got in at 45 and 51, guess what they're doing right now? Crying. 29.45 or 14.26 are the two places that I would want to only touch it. And this has come up before. I've kind of earned my reputation on one of these. Tilray. I had people shorten at 279. People still ask me, what do you think about Tilray? I still do not at the moment think Tilray is a good investment. Okay, great. You can see why. Assets that move to the downside continue to do so for a long period of time. So once it got below 151.93, knew it was in trouble, and you can see. Now, did it bounce from 243 and then went up to 64.51? Yes. But if since 2017 it hasn't even broken out of the first quarter level, it's not a good investment. It hasn't even gained half of its value since it fell apart. Stay away from pump and dumps. The only two areas I would be looking to buy long term is 23.6 and 50%. And that's it. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you're looking to build wealth or have riches, you have to execute a plan. Don't deviate from it and buy quality assets at deep discounts. And 50% off is a deep discount for a quality company. Last gem, if you have to ask, is it a good company? It's usually trash. So I'm gonna go on the record. Tilray is trash. Will be for a couple years. If my stance changes based on the fundamentals, I'll tell you that. But Tilray is not a good company right now. I know it's at 1737, but pretty damn far from this all-time high 300 and hasn't got back to 151. 50% off if it's quality only, or the 23.6, and you'll be good. Love you.
What more can I say? What?
Jesus Christ. You gotta get that as a drop.
Hey, that was like a D book 40-point triple double.
You guys got to go watch that 3 times.
Yo, that was a lot. That was a lot.
That was a lot of information.
That he grabbed. That was
a gem though, right?
Yeah, I've used it before. It got a little complicated, but I like the way you broke it down, and I'm sure everybody that's watching, that's listening, enjoyed it as well. That's a major gem. I never even put that to 5 year. I had been doing it for like 6 months to a year, but 5 year gives you a good look, a good glimpse into how the actual asset is performing. So shout out to you. And I know you nailed it.
I'm gonna hit me like, why you even show that?
When you did, I was like, oh, he gonna show him this?
Yeah, that's
solid. That's solid. And you nailed it with Madden too. You nailed it with Madden and
little incremental changes. I'm like,
remember they had the passing cone that you had to do?
Man,
I can't press 6 buttons at once, man. I'm done.
Yeah, that was a
lot of in that way as well.
Yeah.
A lot of information. Make sure that you go. Well, first of all, everybody that's watching on YouTube, please hit the like button. Market Mondays presented by Earn Your Leisure, Master Investor Ian Dunlap, a legendary show that has become the cornerstone for investment online.
Your humility and talk point game is phenomenal.
Big fat.
So yeah, please hit the like button, share, and watch the video again, and subscribe to Market Monday. It's on all podcast outlets as well. Market Mondays is also a podcast that you can listen to audio. So let's get Market Mondays to that top spot on the podcast charts. Let's do like DMX, man. Let's have 2 number 1 podcasts.
Yeah, 2 number ones.
Yeah.
Y'all must don't want these scholarships. I'm legit to give away 1,000. We hit number 1.
Yeah. That'll be dope, man. You know, EYL hit number 1, so we can get Market Mondays to number 1.
Monumentous.
That'd be a tremendous accomplishment.
A monumentous occasion.
So yes, let's go into questions. You want to are you doing earnings?
Yeah, you want to run into quick earnings report real quick? All right. Shout out to everybody that's listening. Like we said, subscribe to the podcast, run the numbers up. This earnings report is brought to you by Claire. If you want to travel safe, we travel a lot.
Oh, that's my ish. I love them dearly.
I know you use it.
I love them.
If you don't have Claire, listen up. All right. If you want to travel safer and easier, check out Claire. Claire is a secure identity platform that creates frictionless journeys at the airports and beyond. Move faster through the airport security and feel confident returning to who, where, and what you love. With Claire, all you need is you. That's it. After a quick one-time enrollment with your government-issued ID, you can use your face or your eyes for safer, touchless entry at airports, stadiums, and more. Create your account online before going to the airport, and once you get there, a friendly ambassador. This is true. They're always waiting there for you. They'll help you finish the process so you can have Clear immediately. Join over 5.5 million people who are already using Clear. Once you become a member, you can use Clear faster, touchless, seamless at a bunch of places: airports, stadiums, arenas, concerts, offices, restaurants, and so much more. And Clear members can add up to 3 friends or family members to the account for a discounted rate. And even better, kids under 18, and we have kids under 18, they can tag along for free. So that's a huge bonus. So Clear is the absolute best way to get back to what you love. They have locations in over 35 airports across the country, making it easier and faster to reunite with your loved ones. It works great with PreCheck too. And right now, for a limited time, you can get your first 2 months of Clear for free. Go to clearme.com/Market Mondays and use the code Market Mondays. That's Clear, CLEAR, me.com/Market Mondays. Code Market Mondays for the first 2 months free of Clear. Shout out to the people at Clear. All right, so earnings is kind of quiet this week, but there are some big companies that we are definitely watching. FedEx will be reporting on Thursday. Carnival, one of those reopening stocks. Jamal, you invested in that? I know you like those, yeah. And Nike. And so Nike is obviously something that I've given a lot of money to. As everybody knows that I am a diehard sneakerhead. And I obviously in the phys ed space, I bought a lot of athleisure wear. So Nike's having a rough 2021. It had a really good 2020 because people were home, a lot of people working out from home, a lot of athleisure wear, and their campaign on the sneakers app is just ridiculous. It's a guaranteed gold mine every Saturday that they're going to sell out shoes. And so Nike's going to be reporting Thursday as well. It peaked at 146 in January. I think it's right now it's at like 130. And so it's one of those companies, obviously, has been here. It's the number one provider of sneakers in the world. And so we're keeping our eyes on that. So that is our earnings report for this week.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Nike amazing, Carnival, FedEx phenomenal. Nike gets to 116. It's cheaper than the damn shoes. Like
we spoke about it. Right? When we were at the Breakfast Club, that was one of the things we said. Like, look, if you're buying that many sneakers, right, you could have bought at least 100 shares, at least.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people have a sneaker budget, but they don't have a Nike allocation for the stock budget, which kind of doesn't make sense.
Long-term investment. If you even look back in 2007, it was at $15. It's at 130 now. Back in 1987, it was at 22 cents. In 2000, it was at $5.53.
Yeah, last June it was at $87. I remember I was on the phone with Bam and we were contemplating if it was going to get to 100. And I was like, yeah, I think it's going to get to 100. And he was like, And then we put a call in it for it was easy. It was an easy one. Yeah. So love Nike.
And they don't get enough credit for innovation and sales, and that's why Kanye was mad, because the boost that he helped, with the remix of the Jays. And him and Don C, but Don C, incredible company. 5 years, they're probably at like 212, 213. So, yeah. So
no, they're not gonna have to ask. He said, "What's the entry point?" He just said, "If it gets to 116." Did you say load the boat? I'm not sure if you said load the boat. Okay.
Well, we only gonna say stuff once. Going for it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Let's see who we're gonna go to. I saw this new name first. The first person in here. Let me reclaim host from you real quick, Ian. And let's go over here. Let's go to Dell Davis. Dell Davis, we're coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. Dell Davis, what's going on? Oh, whoa. Hot. Got a hot mic. Oh, Dell, it was good knowing you. But we can't do any transformer audio. And so we're going to go to, how Mike got in here twice. Let's go to Chris Simmons. This is a new name I haven't seen. Chris Simmons, what's going on? Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted.
Yo, what's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. How you feeling?
All Good. I just want to say also for EYL University, like even just if you just go to the networking events, that's 10,000 itself. So it's like
At least.
it's on at least like if you just add up everybody courses and whatnot, and you talk to everybody, that's at least 10,000. But my question is about.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Mike chopped us up. Testimonial.
I'm glad you said that. Nah, I appreciate that. Yeah, the price is definitely going up. How long can we keep it? $800 at least.
I told y'all take it up last year.
You did. You did.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Chris, what's going on, Chris?
How can I help?
Up? Yeah, so for futures, so I was going through this morning and I missed out on like 20,000 because I missed the NASDAQ going down like 9-ish. So I could have rolled the NASDAQ down and then I could have rolled it back up because once it hit that support level that you taught us, I knew it was going to come back up. The only thing is like my setup, it always hits my stop level, so it'll knock me out the trade, and I don't want to keep chasing it. Also, I miss ES, and then I miss the Dow because I saw it going up, but I was trying to look at 3 at one time. So
look at one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I give you the secret? For speed, look at NASDAQ first, Dow second because it moves second, or the second fastest, and then ES third. Now, are you using the 880 target for NASDAQ or no?
Yes.
How you can stop though at 80 ticks?
No, well, so it'll that's the one for the free futures course, correct?
That's the super bonus that I shouldn't even be telling. But everyone listening, the target is 880 ticks. The stop loss is 80. That's 20 points.
Yeah, well, I think I'm using the other one because it's like it's
use
like
the other one
really
and go look in chat. Go look in YouTube. If the 880 works well, put sniper in chat. Go look at the comments. And then let's say, how many contracts do you normally trade?
5. I usually do 5.
Okay, so then if you hit that target, you'll be looking at 22,000. You shouldn't get stopped at that often. But look at one at a time. I know today was a big day. It was a lot of volume. Quad winter was over, so you was expecting a volume. Look at one at a time and don't deviate.
And I could use for NASDAQ prime time, I could use the same for ES and Dow. Okay.
Your firearm should work in all conditions. Wet, dry, mixed. It's like having a car that only works in spring when it's 72. I need an all-terrain vehicle, so that works in any climate.
Okay. All right.
Go back Friday, you'll be good.
All right.
Chris got the sniper on. He got the sniper badge, man.
Man, he would have hit some. He made 60 today, probably. But that's the key lesson. You can't have your eyes on too many things. Like you have to be laser focused in on one. Yeah, do NASDAQ first, then Dow, then ES. You gave me FOMO missing out though.
Let's go to Cisco. Cisco, we're coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on, Cisco?
You got an artist name too, Cisco Black.
That's hard. What's going on, fellas?
Hey,
cool, man. Ian, quick question. I'm into Apple at 133 and change. I see it's creeping back up. My initial thought was to sell, I would say, a good 50% of the shares that I have and then wait till it goes down to like maybe the 110, 115 range to buy back in, or if I'm holding long term, should I just keep it and bite the bullet?
Yeah. You're good. If you got in at 143, I would be like, yeah, do that. But you got in at a decent price. Get in. If it drops back to 116 or 117.05, add there. Give it about 2 months and you'll see it climb back up to 137. You'll be good if you're holding it for 5 years. You won't care about the 133 entry. You'll be good.
Cisco, what was your goal when you initially invested? What was the goal? Were you planning on just trying to take short-term capital or long-term move?
Well, I was in at 121 first, and then I saw it fluctuate up and down so much. I was like, you know what? Let me sell it off like in the 130s. I actually sold it like I think it was at 130.
Why you sell it?
Because I wanted to buy more back when it went down to like 115, 119. I know we went down to like the 119 price range. I wanted to kill it there, but I waited, and I saw it creeping back up. Then I made a dumb move when it was before earnings season. the first quarter. I bought more thinking, it's going to ride up. And I was like, damn, I should have just waited, till the buzz died down and then just buy more and hold long term. Because I want to.
Let me help you. Anything under 120 is a buy.
Okay.
So 117.05, 108, 96, 101.68, load the boat. Anything, if it ever hits 90, I won't even come on Monday. I'm gonna sell everything. If that shit gets to 93, I will sell every possession I have.
Because what I was doing was like I have an account open for each of my kids, right? It's 3 of them. So let's say every trade I make, I like to keep the profit, whatever profit I would make off the trade, I'd like to keep it in stock and then just divide that between the 3 of them. And then for myself, just buy a whole long term. Or should I be buying and just leaving stuff in there for them?
I like, who's your favorite artist?
Damn. It varies, man.
Pick one.
Let's say just this, Drake is.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you had Drake 3 years ago, would you trade Drake or would you keep him?
I won't trade.
No. Now imagine if you had Drake, Lil Baby, Snow Allegra, Sabrina Claudio, Da Baby.
Yeah,
Anytime people sell good investments, I'm looking like, who finessed you out of giving up Lil Baby for $22,000? And everybody's like, yo, Apple's ranging, it's lost its luster. How can a company worth trillions lose luster? They can go buy all y'all favorite companies. If Tim Cook gets mad enough, he will go buy Tesla.
So when it comes to giving stocks to my kids, should it be something that's at the end, like I say, when I pass, or should I be giving it to them now? Because I know the capital gains they're gonna have to pay if I give it to them now, right?
They'll be, for the money they'll make, if God willing, you live another 40, 50 years, the capital gains they have to pay will pale in comparison.
All right, so just give it to him now. Okay.
And hold. Cool. I can only tell you what I'm doing for my son. I won't give him his full portfolio until he's 30. But what I've extrapolated, what that will be when Xander turns 30, he will play bumper cars with spaceships.
Me, George Jetson. Cisco, we appreciate that. And shout out to you for executing and already planning for your future, man. That's vitally important.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Shout out to you. That's why I asked. I just wanted to see if you were keeping it long term. That's one of the things I was doing. We said that last year, right? We're going to get to 1,000 shares of a company. I haven't seen anybody DM me yet that they got to 1,000. So we still challenging. I'm on my way. We had a group chat the other day. So I'm up to about 600 shares at Apple. I got to get to 1,000. That's my goal before the year's out. So I'm holding.
I told you that boy
hold the line.
Work. Y'all be listen. Y'all be sleeping on holding line on Apple. On Action Troy, but Troy be putting in that work. I be telling y'all gonna look up 3 years and be like, he got a crystal ball too. Like told y'all.
All right, we got
every time I message him, he on the charts.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Damian Harnchard, he got a question. So he said, would you recommend allocating a 457B to Ian's formula of 2 tech and 2 index funds, or should I leave it in my target retirement age? To my target retirement age. I'm 42 and I'll be able to retire at 55.
I think it's a great question for Rashad to answer, being the advisor. I mean, I think regardless of what you're in, like I think you kind of like splitting hairs, but like Rashad, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the target date funds are a good way to go because it automatically changes as you get closer to retirement. So like if it's like 2050, 2055, 2060, it's automatically going to be aggressive when you're young, and then it gets more conservative as you closer to that target date. So at least you want to have some exposure in that, maybe not the whole entire thing. 50-50 is always a good choice as well. Like if you really feel comfortable about a fund, then you might be able to put, 25% in small cap, 25% in large cap, and then 50% in the target date fund. For the 457 plan, he probably can't do individual stocks. Most 457 plans, they're not going to allow you to invest in like Apple or Tesla. You have to invest in an actual fund that's provided for you by the provider of the plan. So like Fidelity, let's say Fidelity is the holder of the retirement plan. Fidelity will give you a menu of investments. They have like 20 different investments that you get to pick and choose from. But you can't really go outside of that unless it's a self-directed 401k plan. But I haven't really seen any self-directed 457 plan. So I'm assuming that that's not the case. So yeah, it sounds like you're on the right path with the self-directed. If you want to, add a little bit to it, then maybe, diversify a little bit to it, 25% in one fund, 25% another fund. But you don't want to spread it out too thin either, because a lot of all of those funds have hundreds of stocks in them. So, you get like 10 different funds and then you have like 1,000 different stocks. So
yeah,
something to take into consideration.
Oh, let's see. Let's go to new name.
You better come on here, ask for these prices. I'm feeling generous.
There's a question here. They couldn't make it here tonight. I'm gonna get to some stock entry points for you, Ian, in a sec. Jacoby, I hope I said that right. Jacoby Johnson, unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on?
Peace, bro. Appreciate what y'all do for the culture. I have two questions. I have one for Rashad and one for Ian. Rashad, I have been practicing finances for about 3 years. Is it worth me getting my Series 63 and 7?
Nah, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you want to be a financial advisor and invest people's money in individual stocks, more sophisticated investments than the Series 7 will definitely help. If you want to just stick with, annuities, mutual funds, then you need a Series 6. But if you're going to get a Series 6, you might as well get a Series 7, in my opinion.
Yeah, because my firm wants to push mutual funds, and I'm not really a big fan.
Yeah, so like everybody's practice is different. There's some people that only do insurance and they don't need a securities license at all. So it's up to you. I really don't want to give you like a blanket answer on that, but it really just depends on where you want to take your career. If that's the main focus of yours is to become an asset manager and to get a lot of money of assets under management, and that's really your goal to kind of build that book of business, then yeah, you want to go ahead and do that, because it's going to help you in the long run. Well, you can't even invest people's money if you don't have a 6 or a 7. So but if you have the 7, it's definitely going to help you a little bit more in the long run than if you have a 6.
All right, awesome. Appreciate that. And Ian,
Yes.
You may give this answer where you may not. When looking to join Stock Club, what type of capital should I look for as far as startup? Because I've been investing long term, and now I'm getting into options, and I'm like, well, let's try to make some money, because I'm getting old and ain't getting young, if that makes sense.
Well, I don't cover options in Stock Club.
Okay.
But anywhere from $5,000 to 25 grand is a good amount. Like I've had people start with $1,000, but last year was different, so I won't say this year be repeatable. But I've had people start with $1,000, and actually some guys I ran into in New York, they actually pulled over on me, which is crazy. Thought I was in danger for a second. I was like, "Yo!" I was like, "Hold up, brother.
No,
I'm not do to help you."
Not him.
But they started with $2,000 and went up to 19,000 in a year. But yeah, 5,000 to 20. But especially with your experience, you'll be able to do incredibly well. You'll do incredibly well.
Okay.
I appreciate you, Cody.
Yeah, best of luck. Best of luck with everything, bro.
I remember when you were studying for that. That was crazy. Like,
yeah,
he was.
If you can do it over again, would you still be an advisor?
Yeah, I learned a lot. When during that journey, and it really helped me. And I think everything is part of the process. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely would. Because it definitely prepared me a lot. Even though I'm still learning something every single day, but it gave me a great insight working with clients for over a decade.
That was no joke. I remember it was like 10-hour study days for you. I'm like, yo, we going outside. Yeah, I got this test I got to take.
Prep for
my finances are relying on it.
Yeah.
All right, Dominique, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on? Oh, no.
Yeah,
Do they have a fridge emoji?
No fridge emoji. That is a fact.
Nah, ain't no fridge breaks. All right, we're going to go to Dara. Dara, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on, Dara?
Hey, how's it going, you guys?
Great. How are you?
Doing good. I just want to give you guys your flowers first. So thank you so much, Rashad, Troy, Ian.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Amazing. I love Red Panda Stock Club. I love that.
Appreciate
you. But I do have a question for you, Ian. A few of my peers, they're 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 into the forex trading. So in your perspective, all three you guys, what's better, options, stocks, forex?
Futures. All forex traders. I've learned to be diplomatic. Every asset has a place within a well-balanced portfolio. That's my PR answer, right? There are some people that can really kill it in forex, but my thing is like, if you can hit 150 pips in forex, why not hit 150 ticks in futures and make on the bond market 31x or in ES 12 times the amount? So like my formula is like 2 tech, 2 index, swing trade futures because it pays more. And then also if you could do 12 to 24 trades per year, like if forex paid more, I would go to forex. Like I don't care when people like, because when episode 70 came out, the forex people was killing me, right? I don't care. But also too, like if you need practice or your capital is low, the forex market is a decent market to start with to get practice, but practice on the futures market if you're going to trade, because you'll get paid a hell of a lot more. Because I know some people that have hit 400 or 500 pips, 1,500 pips in a day, and then when you ask what have they made, it's not a lot. So I go based off what pays the most. Like, would you rather play in the D League or the NBA? I'd rather be Devin Booker. Arguably, there are some players in the D League who are better than some players in the NBA. The paycheck look way different though.
That's true. So my journey, and maybe I can speak for you too, is Shadi. We started in the stock market, understood that, figured out how to use the stock market to our advantage. We learned options, studied that, and now my next venture, and I hope my brother's gonna hold my hand through this, is futures. And he has been telling me I got to get into futures.
God,
I would kill it.
Jamal too. My God, come on.
He over here shaking his head.
My God.
So that'll be the next thing. But yeah, I didn't want to do all those at once, right? Because I want to
got to master one at a time.
Yeah, master one, get a firm understanding, and then move on to the next thing. And so futures will be next. Never done forex. You done forex?
Can I ask you guys a question? You guys have interviewed way more celebrities than me. Have you met one rich person that has a net worth over $10 million? Have they ever mentioned forex to you?
Yeah, you got a point on that
one. Nah, not to date.
It's rare.
Not to date.
Yeah,
I'm sticking with futures and stock markets.
I'm just going with where the money is. Like, if I can trade goats like I was Akeem and Zamunda and make 100,000 per goat, I would do that. I would be the greatest goat herder next to Akeem and Zamunda. I'm just traveling to where the money is. One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch is a great book as well. You guys need to check out. I mentioned earlier.
I hope I'm gonna get this right. No, I'm gonna get this wrong. Sharisa. How you doing? I didn't get it right.
Good.
It's so long since I got somebody wrong. How you doing?
I am good. Thank you guys for everything that you do first and foremost. Before I start asking questions, I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate you as well.
Appreciate it.
Listen, so Troy, you gave out you talked about UUP and TWO. So I bought leaps in those, and so I've been averaging down. Do you have any updates on those two?
Yeah, I'm still in TWO.
Okay.
I'm in the January call. I almost averaged down last week, but I had money allocated for another play. I told y'all a couple of weeks ago that Disney was high on my alert, and it's almost getting to a number where I need to add to that position or really put a substantial amount to that position. So that's what I'm looking at right now. But yeah, definitely still in TWO. Shout out to Francis and the guys at the Cheat Code. We had a whole half-hour conversation about that. So that's my update on it.
Shout out to Cheat Code. Those my guys right there.
Big shout out to Cheat Code. I actually joined Cheat Code, and I'm absolutely loving these algorithms. Like,
what price did you guys get in TWO?
You go first, and then I'm gonna look up mine right now.
Well, I just averaged down, so I'm at 48.
How long will you be in the trade?
It's a 2023 call, January 2023.
Why
it's elite.
Stressing?
I'm not stressing. I just want to make sure I'm on the right track. I got to keep myself focused. And Ian, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I will never, ever ask you for another entry. Definitely, don't want to put, definitely don't want to, put anybody else out there. But you've given so much And like I keep my Thinkorswim up on my laptop. My laptop is charged just so I can make sure that
you put in the work. Yeah.
So I mean, I plan on like I said before, my first live futures trade is gonna be January. So I'm practicing every week. So I'm not gonna ask for another entry because there's so much that's been given out. I feel like it's redundant, and I don't like.
I'm gonna ask you to give me 5 though. Since you did
5, you're gonna ask me to give you 5 entries. You want 5? Okay,
go for it.
God bless you.
All right. Okay, I like to do work myself, but I'll take it. A Disney is close to a point where I want to jump in. So Troy mentioned it. I'm already in it, but I need to get some more Disney.
161.41 is amazing.
You just gonna
go
ahead, Ian. Keep going.
What about JP Morgan? I need to add to that position.
129.13.
Okay. And
JPM is solid. It's probably one of the only banks that I like, traditional banks.
It's the only bank that I like. The rest of them can go fly several kites.
In a rainstorm.
VYM. So I got in VYM at 94, a little over 94.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to add to that position too.
It'll be coming up soon. If you get to 95.45, you'll be good.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, 2 more.
And then Uber.
Oh, not one of my faves.
Not one of your. I know, but I did get
4208, but short term.
Okay, yeah, I'm holding Uber for short. It's not a long.
Gotcha.
And then FCX, I'll do that one because that one's new.
25.51. I hate to say it. Well, I'll give you 2. 25.51, and if it slides to 29.67, those are the 2 areas for Freeport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know people gonna say I'm crazy. Give it, because a lot of things are gonna slide during the summer. Then in third quarter, take off. Fourth quarter, it'll probably go back towards highs. But Freeport, good short-term trade. We got to remember 2000. For those of you that ever watched Mad Money back in the day when like Kramer was at his peak, kudos to Jim Kramer and everybody at CNBC. In 2007, it hit the high of 63. It has not recovered and hit that all-time high since. So any bounces that are premature, you got to look to take profit on them early.
Okay.
They've had a hell of a recovery since last year when they were at $5 or $4.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10x since then. That's pretty damn good. But no, I appreciate you. You're always putting in work. You're always updating me. You're doing amazing.
Hey, we on the same wavelength too.
Hey Troy, what was your
I got it at 49. 49.
Okay.
Yeah. 49. So we right in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
But I mean, we both looking at Disney, so I guess we're doing the right thing.
Disney, one of my babies. Kudos to everybody since 100 since last year. And you Forex traders, I love you. Don't come fighting me. I love y'all.
Thank you.
And Rashad, I just wanted to say thank you. I was on your call, your EYL,
financial planning call,
financial planning class a couple of weeks ago. And so, you gave out a lot of great information. My son has, his own UPMA, and he puts in $100 of his money every month that he gets. So, and then my husband and I add to that. I've gotten so much great information from you guys. My husband does not believe in trading. He does not believe in the stock market. Like, he openly says, like, I don't believe in it. But even though he doesn't believe in it, he's putting money into it. He're like, here's $20,000. And I'm like, okay, I don't believe in that stuff. But
husband of the year.
Sounds like a good man.
Yeah.
Joe, what about her doesn't he believe in?
I think the whole thing is something that we've talked about before and talked about on Stock Club and on Market Monday, is just about the way that, kind of we were raised and the fear behind it, growing up and not having that exposure to it. But because I have a conviction about it, then he supports my conviction about it. Not necessarily, for him, it's like, I don't support the stock market, but I support your conviction behind it because you went out and you learned this and you are becoming proficient in this. So that's the part. So it's, his mindset, he's supporting me. He's not supporting, something that he doesn't believe in, but he's supporting my conviction in it.
I love it.
No, that's what's up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, it's all about taking action. So kudos to you for taking actions. And yeah, it's a valuable lesson. Thank you for the compliment on my class. And it's a valuable lesson that, you know, you never know. Ian had asked me, you know, would I still do my journey again of being a financial advisor? Mm-hmm. And at the time, I never thought that people would really value that the way that they do now. Whereas, like, you know, at the time, starting as a financial advisor when I'm 24 years old, and I'm just scrambling, running around, going to networking events in the city and trying to get people to pay attention to me. And, you know, I'm calling people 5 times and leaving voicemail messages and they're not hitting me back. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now I'm shut my phone down. You can't call me anymore. The only way that I actually speak about financial planning is through my EYL University class once a month. So that's a valuable lesson if you really think about it. Like literally, I remember literally texting people, calling them, like I'm trying to get them to respond back for me. And this is like 100, like I'm trying to get them to invest $100 a month and they blowing me off. And now you really can't reach
that doubt. I had a 2-hour conversation with you, right?
Yeah. Nah, I remember when you would come with the referral sheet. You're like, yo, give me 10 people that you know. And I looked at you like, we know the same people. Like, but you was like, just tell me somebody you work with. I'm like, all right, bet. And then he would call you like, hey, you got a friend named Rashad? He called me. I'm like, yeah, you should probably pick up that phone call, y'all. It's important.
Well, you never know how your journey's going to play out. And you never know. People don't understand your value until it's too high. And then they understand it.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. That's real.
Hey guys, can I say one more thing? Sorry, I'm hijacking
time. Okay.
Sorry, I hit the unmute button. You left me. You gave me the option to hit the unmute button.
I know, I did. Because go ahead.
Ian, I just wanted to say, hey, still willing to do the mental health, self-care. Just I had.
Don't beat me up for not doing it yet.
Stop. No worries. I missed about a whole week because I had a death in my family. So it's been crazy around. No, I appreciate it. So you just let me know. Like I'm whenever.
All right, we'll talk about it tonight. We'll for sure do it in July.
Cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna mute myself now.
Nah, great Market Mondays tonight. Great presentation, great questions, great energy.
Great albums in the back.
Let's talk about the album.
Come on, man. Come on. Let me get to Pac. Arguably, probably one of the top 5 albums of all time.
Yeah, well, it was his birthday last week. Last Thursday was his birthday, and so obviously one of the greatest of all time, one of the most iconic and influential artists and people of our generation and any generation. And so we just wanted to pay homage to him for all that he's done as far as music and inspiration, man. I remember reading The Rose That Grew from Concrete, and it was just so powerful. So shout out to Pac on his birthday. And those feels again. Snow Allegra's up there, y'all. I noticed Ian has a paper plane on his lapel.
Oh, shout out to the good people over at Squadron.
Yeah, so, we put the album up because the new album's out and you can pre-download it today. Officially today, you can pre-download.
First single, hard too.
It dropped today at noon. Yeah. Some of us were watching. Were you watching?
No, I ain't see it.
Are you too cool to watch? You and Joe gonna do like celebrity boxing for it? What y'all gonna do?
Yeah. So we're just gonna do our own EYL Tinder thing over here. So.
Shout out to my man Joey, man. May the best man win. We're gonna fight it out. Shout out
they ain't going to play Monopoly after. I was on Park Place first.
Charades.
We played charades. It was me and him in I was going against him in charades.
It was
intense. You got that voice.
He a competitor. Like
you can't say that.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Was that Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to is not an act like Joe, a competitive person.
Shout out to Joe Button, man. Me, Ian, Troy was over his house for Super Bowl, and we was playing charades.
Yeah. Shout out to Ashley
and
too.
my team dominated.
Yeah, we won.
Yeah, we won. Oh, you was on my team?
Yeah, I was. Yo,
we was all squad. What you mean squad?
You was on the team too?
Yeah, we had the whole.
All I do is
I thought he was on the other team. I thought he was on the other team.
I said, look, man, we got to have our squad. Ashley was our captain. Shout out to Ashley.
Oh yeah, that's when he was like, yeah, the stock. He's like the stock guys.
Yeah, he was trying to play
guys. The stock guys versus us.
He put up 80 in this little part though. Like when he was potting on the charade shit, I was like, damn, he played these games for real.
Got intense. It definitely got intense.
But yeah, we got the W real quick. Smoking this out the room.
On the away game. We had an away game and we won.
Shout out to Joe.
We're gonna run it back.
Good dude right there, man. Happy birthday to my brother Wallow. Speaking about other podcasters, man, shout out to my brother. Well, I actually spoke to him today. He's a very humble guy. I spoke to him today. I didn't know it was his birthday, and we spoke for like 20 minutes. And then I seen that people was posting happy birthday. I'm like, yo, I didn't even know it was your birthday. I don't know how you tell somebody, hey, it's my birthday. But I kind of feel bad because I spoke to him and I didn't even say happy birthday because I didn't know. So happy birthday to my brother Wallow, man.
Solid dude.
Hell of a content creator. For those of you in business watching, go look at how he executes.
Solid.
Like his work ethic, tremendous, man. Tremendous. Yeah. And an amazing person for what I always hear. Like, please go follow. He got the blueprint on like authenticity and consistency and content, man. Incredible.
Yeah. And we got we didn't say breaking bread on Thursday. Our brother MG.
Shout out to MG the morning.
Matt, you know I love you.
Let's give our guys some flowers, man. This guy,
Matt need to get his flowers, man. He's working.
Matt coming with it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I wake up early. I know there's one guy I can call at that time, and that's Matt. He's up early.
Matt's always up.
Y'all sleep. If y'all not getting that, he put out volume 1 and volume 2 of the blueprint, which teaches you about real estate. Yeah, I don't feel like that's fully appreciated enough. I don't feel like Matt is fully appreciated enough. Like he's a pioneer in this real estate game from somebody that's actually is licensed. Mm-hmm. He's not just an investor. He's a licensed professional, and he gives so much information. So buy those blueprints and check out the Rants and Gems podcast. Shout out to Kiana Watson. But MG the mortgage guy, man, he's a GOAT in the game. That's my guy. Who doesn't get enough recognition.
Absolutely. Superstar. MLS 57600.
Even in that, the number, how like go look at how he presents his information. And for those of you who don't know, to be licensed in the mortgage industry is hard. There's not that many people that are of our hue that are. So yeah, kudos to my guy, Matt. And your barber is tremendous. Shout out.
That's also a fact.
Yeah.
So he's Rants and Gems Wednesday. We got shout out to my brother Ash Cash who was with us.
Ash Cash.
Shout out to Vote on Thursday.
He's blowing up.
And we didn't mention book club is this Sunday. So shout out to G. I know he's doing a case study with the book club this Sunday about with Byron Allen, his Super West McDonald's. That's gonna be
incredible. I'm gonna be there.
That's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be incredible. So shout out to everybody that's part of the book club. And shout out to EYL University, man. Shout out to Sleep for Suckers.
Shout out to Dave Shans.
I got Dave.
Dave's an amazing person. He humble himself too. He underrated too.
Hey Ian, that chair, they waiting for you on that chair.
Oh yeah,
I got to do him at Ashcast very soon. So I'm gonna come to Atlanta sometime this summer.
Please.
He's texting me right now too. He's actually texting me. He's texting me right now. Yeah.
Dave Shans is amazing, man. And he's blowing up. His podcast is really doing well. And Ash Cash podcast is doing really well. And Inner Wealth podcast as well.
Oh, shout out to Inner Wealth.
So shout out to the EYL network, man. Yeah.
And go download Snow Allegra single. Go tag Shotty and Joe.
Run it up.
And we will see on the next season of Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop. Oh man. Shout out to all the Love and Hip Hop alumni out there. All right, guys. Any last words?
Yeah, man. It's the summer. I know last summer we were in Corona territory, so nobody was outside, but it seems as we are opening up, it's getting a little bit dangerous out there, especially in New York. So I want everybody to be careful.
Yeah.
I want everybody to make sure that they keep everyone close and love on each other, man. Really spread love, man. It costs you nothing. It's the number one currency in the world because it costs you nothing but just time and admiration and affection and nurturing. So do all those things and everybody be safe, please, man. We enjoy being here every Monday and we enjoy you being here with us even more. So I pray for y'all, and I want everybody to be here with us as long as you can be, for sure.
Yeah. Be safe, safety first. And
Found sound.
Shout out to my boy Neo. Once again, Nehemiah Davis episode comes out tomorrow at 8:00. He's teaching you how to start an event space business. It is something that is extremely useful. It's one of these things that people always need to go to events, and America is back open for business. and the event space business is booming, and it will continue to boom. You do not need to own a building. You do not need to own the real estate to have an event space. Common misconception. It's a very lucrative business. It's a very cash flow heavy business, very consistent business. So back to that's kind of like our original blueprint. You know, with Earn Your Leisures, we highlighted entrepreneurs and they broke down the backstories on their industry. And as we get bigger, you know, our relationships start to grow. So, you know, we get, you know, different celebrities and things of that nature, but we never forget our core principles. So this is one of those episodes that's right up the alley that made EYL the household name that it is now. So shout out to Nehemiah Davis, and make sure you check that episode out tomorrow, 8:00. Have a notepad ready and be ready to learn.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those.
And he went straight to it. He ain't give no fluff. He ain't get no backstory. He ain't even get no backstory. He just went into it.
Yeah, right to the fire. Yeah, I don't know him personally, but watching his feed, he's always giving. Like, he's underrated as hell. He's one of the ones, and like, go look up in 2 years, like, damn, he with Tony Robbins and Dr. Oz. Like, he one of them quiet killers like Troy. So yeah, I can see that. Special. Like, yeah.
Special. And shout out to Spurgo. we was with Spurgo over the weekend too, man. That's our guy. And another one of mentees of Neo.
Yeah,
he has a lineage. The student
loan doctor, Spurgo. They all come from under his tree.
Yeah.
And shout out to my boy Derek Grace. Got a chance to chat. Anytime we get to run into Derek Grace, it's always a good day, man. Got a chance to chop it up with him. And he was with his family. One
of the most unique brands of all time, too. The clip, like the power. And for those of you who like go watch some people's stuff, you should buy to see what they do. But his business acumen is as great as the perception of him being quote unquote crazy.
Yeah.
But he has mastered being able to get attention and monetize it. Like he is a marketer's wet dream, because he's so left field. You don't expect him to be able to do as well. But that is a superpower, like uniqueness, going back to like old principles of like not copying anyone's style. He's mastered that shit, man. So like, kudos to him. And super humble too.
Mannered, soft-spoken
people. Yeah, he's so chill.
He's a gentleman and a scholar. If you ever meet him in person, you would be completely shocked, because the persona that you think you would receive is the complete opposite. He's an introvert. He's extremely introverted. He's extremely quiet. He's extremely thoughtful. He's very mild-mannered. And he's very respectful, and he's
very helpful too.
The family man. Only thing that he moves around with his family, like his uncle, his dad, his kids, his wife. You can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, the epitome.
Yeah. If that slogan was a person, that would be him. That would be him.
It would be him.
That is a fact, man. And one last thing I wanted to say. Who else did I want? I wanted to give a shout out to one more person. Damn, I forgot.
It's gonna come as soon as we end the show.
Yeah. But love is love, man. Anybody, anything else?
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Jordan. My daughter's turning 10 on Sunday. So
happy birthday to Jordan.
We're headed home. I'm taking the family home. We're going home to Jamaica.
That's gonna be incredible. Enjoy that.
I'm looking forward to it. So safe travels for the fam. Keep us in your travel prayers, y'all. Love is love. We will see y'all next Monday. Market Monday is the biggest. You heard?
If we killed it, drop 81 in chat. Go tell your family and friends to replay.
Oh, wait. I know what I was going to say. Shout out to my brother, Wall Street Trapper. He's in Africa right now.
Oh, that's incredible.
And it looks like a very enjoyable experience for him. And
I can't wait to hear them lessons.
Never know. You might see us on the continent. You never know. It's called Stay Tuned.
Very soon. Stock Club call at 9. Love y'all. For those of you who joined last year, you will get a chance to renew at $297. Only for those of you that joined last year. And you guys got some of the best damn games ever. We really got to like make a documentary about that.
That group.
All that for the culture talk. When they play games,
that
1,400%. Like, and for everyone who don't know, because you see the high prices now, 1 year unlimited access. March of last year, April of last year, $297, all fire. Oh baby,
that April group. Yeah,
made history.
That should be a series.
Some of the greatest investors on planet Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
And the ones who made millions won't even come on. They're like, bro, I'm gonna just stay low key. I don't need no limelight. But my brothers in Atlanta, please come on. Who ran it up like crazy.
Wow. So, yeah. Shout out to the May people and the April people. Wow.
Yeah.
What a time. What a time. All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. Love is love.
Love y'all. Peace.